If you were deciding to improve your life through semen retention, you need to understand exactly what it is that you're getting yourself into. You are entering a fight, a battle, a war zone. And if you fail to prepare yourself for what it is that you are about to go through, you will fail every single time. Because one of the things that they don't tell you is while you may be getting stronger, the opposing force is also getting stronger. This is why no matter where you are, what level that you're at, it always seems as though the problems that you encounter, the opposing force that you encounter, is just as strong. Some people have sayings for this, like new levels or new devils, but I really want to dive a little bit deeper into that because I don't think a lot of us actually realize that this opposing force isn't just an energy. And in fact, this energy will inhabit different things around you and show up in multiple different forms because everything is energy. So, in order for you to prepare yourself for the war zone that you're about to enter, the fight that you're going to have to fight, the battle that you will win, you have to have a very simple thing, and that is a vision. From that vision, you get goals. From those goals, you understand the actions that you have to take in order to complete the goals, which will then realize your vision. Once you understand that, now you have to understand that while you may have a list of things that correlate to you obtaining your goal, obtaining the vision, you now understand that there is the opposite action that's going to take you farther away from that. And you must recognize what that is in every area of your life that you are trying to get stronger in. I noticed this yesterday. I'm on my semen retention journey and I get a random text out of nowhere. Now, some of you guys know exactly where this is going, or you may have felt this yourself, but I get a text and it's from an unknown, unsaved number. And so I'm thinking it's spam. I don't think anything of it. I finish my work and I go home. When I go home, I'm reading through the text and I realize this was an old woman. I never messed with this woman, but we were discussing, it was leading up to that point. So essentially what it was this was a woman who was, I mean, let's just be honest, she was promiscuous. And we were going to set up that type of relationship, but it fell through because I wasn't getting the cooperation that I required to have a relationship like that. And so because of that, I just decided that I'm going against it. And we never met up. Nothing's ever happened between us. And that was that. And I want to say that was maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago, 8 months ago. It's been a while. But I randomly get a text from her. And the moment that I realized who it was, it hit me like a train. You know, because most guys, when they get some type of text like that, they immediately are like, okay, like, you know what, let me entertain this, or let me text them back, or let me see what's going on, or even worse, let me go ahead and allow her to take the seed away from me. But me, I have no desire to entertain anything of which she was going to tell. There was nothing that she could have for me at this point in my life. And but what I realized is, of course, when I'm on a streak, my retention streak, of course, she pops up out of nowhere, right? And that's when it popped up to my head that, oh, okay, I understand. She's a demon. Now, when I say demon, right, I don't want you to think of your religious texts, right? Whatever it is that you believe in. In my mind, I am looking at the fundamental energy of what demons represent. And like I said earlier, when you are understanding where it is that you're trying to go and you understand the actions that you have to take, you are going in a certain direction. You are moving with a certain energy. And usually you're met with the opposition, which is the opposite energy that wants to stop you on your path and bring you into the opposite direction. That energy of opposition is what I call demons, what I call the devil. Is because these things will come into your life to try to distract you or to try to get you to act in the opposite of your best interests. And these people, these entities, they don't care about you, obviously, because they want to see you go in a different direction. And that's what it really popped up in my head, because I know for a fact that there are a lot of guys that the moment they get on a certain place in their life where everything is going well for them, the opposition will come and they will allow themselves to go in that direction. And one thought that I want to share with you that I think will really help you, at least as much as it's helping me, is understanding what this actually is. A lot of guys, when they fail on their retention journey, they call it a relapse. They hype themselves up. They just say, I'm going to go on another streak. I'm going to go a lot longer this time. But I think I've heard this from somebody, and it really changed the way that I view it. He said, you shouldn't call this a relapse, because that's not a relapse. Instead, what it is you are portraying yourself. And it wasn't until I really locked into separating the old version of myself versus the new version of myself that I understood what that meant. On this journey, we are ultimately becoming a new version of ourselves, a better version of ourselves, on the path to becoming the best version of ourselves. And so acting in the opposite, acting in an opposing, how should I say this? Not taking the action that leads to that is simply saying that you do not value, respect, or care about the very thing that you are becoming. And just hearing that has really helped me power through a lot of the temptations that I've had, because I no longer see it as something I can just start over again. I look at it as you are betraying not only yourself, but your future. And you are also betraying the people who your future version of yourself takes care of. Now that I've tied these goals to things that I ultimately want, which is being the best version of myself and taking care of the people around me, it's no longer only about me. This has allowed me to push through things that I would let myself slide on, because, a lot of us have, and, I don't think this is healthy, but a lot of us have, at least me, I shouldn't speak for you guys. I have this idea that because I can take it, it's fine. Because, this is going to be a little inconvenience for me, but I'll be okay in the future. And because it's myself, I'm like, it's fine. But the moment I throw somebody in there that I care about, then all of a sudden it's unacceptable. And so that really made me think of, why is it unacceptable when I add this person in, but when it's me, all of a sudden, like, it's okay, like it's not that big of a deal. And again, that's where that self-love and that self-respect comes in, because the reason why I have that no nonsense policy for the people that I care about is simply because I don't want them to experience any of that negative behavior or negative consequences or negative outcomes. So I spun that to myself and said, well, why is that okay for me? Why do I want myself to experience that? And the truth is, I don't. And if I don't, then why am I allowing it to happen? And it was from then on that I was like, okay, yeah, we should start taking this. We should have the level of love and respect that we have for the people that we care about. We should have that same respect and love for ourselves. And that has really changed the way that I view this whole journey with myself. Because not only am I becoming a better version for me, but I'm becoming a better version for other people as well. And now that I'm recognizing that, it's giving me this energy. Now, this energy hasn't been expressed, I'd admit, but it's giving me this energy that I can really conquer all of the weaknesses that I have. And not just with women at all, right? But in other areas of my life, the standards that I had, the things that I know I need to do, but I refuse to do them for whatever reason. Maybe it's not the right time or some other BS excuse that I give myself. But the reality of the situation is, This is me becoming the better version of myself. This is the process of me becoming the man that I've envisioned. And on that path, has it been difficult? Yes. Has there been many acts of temptation? Yes. Do I expect this to happen? Of course. But will I allow it to stop me from getting where it is that I want to go? Absolutely not. And so if you are a listener of this channel, I would hope that you would have that same sense of self-respect and love for yourself that you do for other people. And so I just want to remind you guys that when you are on this journey is not supposed to be easy. It won't be easy. The process of shedding your old self and stepping into your new self isn't as beautiful as it sounds, but it is as painful as you imagine it could be. But pain is not something that will stop us from getting to where we know that we are supposed to be, getting to where we are capable of. And so I support you on your journey. I hope you would support me. But at the end of the day, all we have is ourselves and our own willpower. I wish you the best on your journey. If you need help with anything, email me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.